Okay, we're right now in what I call the basement of CES. Down here you have startups and all sorts of people trying to raise funds to start up their project. So down here what I want to do, I want to show you the top things I found in the CES basement. Let's go check it out. So walking through this basement area, you're going to see hundreds and hundreds of these booths. They're all separated into categories, from digital health to advanced mobility, just massive amounts of people and booths everywhere. Now, most of these companies are small startup companies trying to make their way. A lot of them are here looking for funding, they're looking for vendors, and they're looking for business partners, just trying to figure it all out. All right, so one of the first categories I want to cover, it's going to be a category, not a specific item. But if you look here, there is just a multitude of VR haptic feedbacks. A lot of these ones over here go on the fingers, stimulate the neural pathways, and allow electricity to pass through. You can see here, a lot of people testing them out. Then if you come over here, all of these are intended to help you feel what you're doing in VR with the headsets. This one's a watch, and this one here is a wristband.
Combines electrical muscle stimulation and virtual reality. So
to help you feel what you're doing.
Exactly.
So this area here was pretty awesome. There was a whole ton of robots around here. Unfortunately, some of my footage got lost from an SD card error. But what we're looking at here is a couple of robots moving around. One is moving autonomously, the other one is being controlled by the gentleman sitting down in the chair there. Now, the company did inform me they're using a whole bunch of different technologies to try to bring this to market, focusing mostly on delivery and stuff like that in larger cities. But there were a ton of other robots and drone attachments and stuff like that down here that I didn't have a chance to quite get to this time at CES.
Okay, in this next segment, bear with me, we're going to be doing things a little different because let's just say I'm learning to use a new tripod that somehow put my camera into slow motion mode, which doesn't record audio. Rookie mistake. First up, we have this. This is the Owlet E-Bike. Now, the second I saw this, I knew I had to share it because this thing is just crazy unique. Some might ask, if it doesn't have pedals, is it really an e-bike? Apparently, yes. It's a Class 2 e-bike that does 20 miles an hour. It weighs about 86 pounds. I believe the starting price is right around $2,400. I did have it in my notes, but I need to double check. I'll put it up on the screen here for you guys. Now, overall, this is a pre-production bike. I could not find a lot on the company, but I saw the bike in person. The people did seem very nice. Again, this is pre-production, so this is not available directly for sale, but they're estimating the price. And I just thought it was really neat. It has a completely unique form factor, different from any e-bike I've seen out there, period. But either way, this video isn't about showing products that are out. It's about showing ones that could be or might not be. On to the next product. There are plenty of what they call underwater scooters out there. There's no doubt about that. But the unique part about this one is it allows you to hook it to a boat as a boat motor or a trolling motor. It allows you to hook it to the bottom of a wakeboard or a canoe or a kayak. And I have to say, the unique build is awesome. Coolest part about this one here is one, it comes in around $1,600, I believe it was. Again, I'll put prices up here because I'm just trying to keep track of all the crazy information I got in the last few days. But my favorite part about this, and the reason I decided to put it in, is because this company, they're steadfast on right to repair. So the coolest part is if you open the nose, which is obviously sealed, and inside you have the BMS system along with the batteries. He said one of his main goals was to build this without soldering the batteries. That way, if you ever have a battery issue, you can just pull it out, take out 12 screws, and replace the batteries that have died instead of having to replace a $400 or $500 battery pack. Now, I believe he said he was using the 21700 LiPo batteries. Something similar, round cylindrical LiPo rechargeable battery, used pretty much industry standard between like 5 or 6 different sizes. But yeah, I thought it was awesome and I wanted to share it, and they did have it set up here and it had quite a bit of power. Another really cool aspect to this little guy is it also has a remote control. So no matter where you hook it up to, no matter what you do with it, you don't have to run wires, you just hook it up. Now, of course, everybody wants to know how fast will it go? Well, this thing is designed to either be used by a person on a kayak, a small boat, so those numbers are going to range so widely, he couldn't really even give me a ballpark. But I thought it was neat, so there it is. Let me know what you guys think about it. Okay, rolling in next is this piezoelectric speaker. So basically what a piezoelectric speaker is it is a composite speaker. You take a couple of composites, you put them together, then you run some 12-volt wires through them and it makes a speaker. Obviously there's more tuning and a lot more engineering that goes into it. But the basic idea is you end up with these little strips here, like you can see in the picture. They're very thin, and what you do is you can attach them to just about any flat surface. The part that caught my attention is when I walked up to this booth, there's a wooden door about 4 feet long, 1.5 feet wide, that was a speaker. Now what I mean by that is on the back of this thing, he had 2 of these attached, running to some very thin wires, so it doesn't need a ton of power, and it turns any surface you touch it into a speaker. Now there are other Bluetooth speakers out there that do similar things, but not quite to this level. The clarity that he got from this was quite impressive. It was even more impressive when he had them hooked to the TV. Now I know what you're thinking, TVs, yeah, they have speakers. This one didn't. So this one, he connected them directly to the back of the glass panel, and it was using the glass to vibrate to make the frequencies he needed for this audio, and it was coming out as if it had speakers. Now, given there's not a lot of low frequencies in this, but the clarity was impressive, and the idea that you could put these in so many different scenarios was pretty neat. Now, I will say this, I did some more research into the website, and the only thing they currently have for sale is a dev kit for $499 that includes 2 strips, I believe it was some type of power management box, or an audio hookup. Personal recommendation, hold off on this one, guys. Let's wait for the technology to mature and kind of see where it goes first. But super awesome, really wanted to share it. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now, this next one is honestly one of the first things I saw as soon as I walked into the basement area of the convention. And these things, I was smiling ear to ear. I was excited because these are cool. So what you're looking at here, these are the world's first electric skis. Basically, they're like a high-powered scooter on each foot. So each one has a 1200 watt motor for 2400 watts total. Now, from what I've heard about the US, that could cause some issues with regulations and scooters. Not really sure what category these fall in, so that's yet to be determined. But the quality on these in the build was phenomenal. They did have an Indiegogo campaign where they were trying to raise $50,000 because they are still in the pre-production phase. They make sure to specify that the pair I was looking at is not final production, but I'll tell you this, they looked more final than a lot of products I've seen released over the last few years. They were solid, they had nice tires, a nice braking setup. I mean, they were clean. They looked great. Now, crazy part about these is they told me that they will go 50 miles per hour or 80 kilometers per hour. They weigh about 27.5 pounds, and they're looking to retail them for around 1,700 euros. I did actually have a time set up to go test these out. Because of some other issues, we didn't end up being able to meet up and test them out, which I really wanted to make a video on. Unfortunately, they are based out of France, and I only say unfortunately because I'm not going to France anytime soon. But as far as this campaign goes with these guys, I really hope they succeed. I would love to see these and test these out someday. Honestly, a phenomenal product, and it got me really excited about the rest of the day. So on that note, I really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching this video. Don't go anywhere just yet because we do have our main CES floor video coming out soon, and you're not going to want to miss it. This show was amazing, and I have a ton of footage I have to go through and get edited. Again, you guys know I'm not the most veteran YouTuber or video editor, so now that I'm stuck on a laptop out here in Vegas, my editing is a little bit slower, but believe me, I'm going to have that video out here soon. So if you want to see that, make sure to like and subscribe. I am going to throw the names of the companies down below. I'm not going to link their websites because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. These items are not guaranteed for sale. They're not guaranteed to arrive. These are pre-production, crowdfunding level, or even prototype level, even before pre-production, you know. I just wanted to share them because I thought this section of CES was super cool and I thought you guys would enjoy it. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and hang around. We'll have the next video coming out here as soon as I can get it edited. All right, thanks everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.